Palazzo de Città. Here we are. Looks like this is it, sir.
I know it. I can read. Of all the...
Looks like this is them.
Captain Purvis, military police, sir.
Jopolo. Glad to see you, Purvis.
We've been looking for you, Major.
Captain Anderson, engineer, sir. Captain, how are you? This is Sergeant Forth.
Sergeant? You speak this lingo here, Major?
Enough to get by in a pinch.
Yeah, I figured from your name.
My parents were Italian, come from near Florence. I'm from the Bronx.
How do you say how's about it, Toots, in a pinch?
Welcome, Americans! Welcome, the Americans!
Leave Eisenhower!
Who are you?
Zito, Giovanni. For many years I have hated the fascista.
What do you do?
Oh, I greet the Americans.
He means, what job did you have?
Oh, I'm Zito, usher in the Palazzo di Città, every day from 9 to 5. But I've been well known as an anti-fascisti.
If you hated the fascists so much, why'd you work for them?
Oh, I did not work very hard. My dislike of work put me under great suspicions.
Listen, you. The major here likes the truth, understand? Any more of your lies, he's have to put you out sweeping the street.
One has to eat to earn a living. I have 6 children.
Okay, so you were a fascist, now you're a Democrat.
Leave the Democrat!
Guess we can use them around here, but no more fascist salutes.
No fascist, no salute. No
You don't
more.
have to bow either.
No, just be on the job every morning, 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock?
And no more lying to the major.
No, sir. Yes, sir. Mr. Major, Zito Giovanni, usher to the Americans, has no further cause for lying.
Where is everybody in this town?
Oh, the mayor and all the city officials run away to the mountains.
Has it been bad here?
We are very hungry, Mr. Major. For 3 days we have not had bread. Many people are sick because the drivers of the water carts have not had the courage to get water because of the planes over the road. And our bell is gone.
What bell?
What bell? Our bell, which was 700 years old. Mussolini took it to make rifles.
Mr. MP, post established, Captain.
Yes, sir.
Mr.
If there's any looting, you know how
The
to stop
bell
it.
is a very
Okay, Major.
important.
Live, Sicily.
Anderson, get hold of a priest. Organize a civilian burial party. Locate storage space for food and medical supplies and see what you can do about getting this square cleaned up. By the way, sir. All right, Borth.
Yes, sir.
It rang with a good tone every quarter hour. The whole building tingled when it rang. Bong, bong, bong. The great Lucia Diaz of Modica himself cast it. They took it away only 2 weeks before you came. Why did you not come sooner?
Get a broom on these stairs, usher, and see that you keep them clean.
Yes.
Hey, this ain't bad.
Say, you, usher.
Yes, sir.
As a good fascist, maybe you can tell me where the picture is that hung in that blank space.
The picture does not exist.
You mean it's in the basement, just in case your German pals come back and run us out?
Oh, no, sir, no, it is destroyed. Oh, I swear it. Oh, I cannot lie before the Mr. Major.
Okay, we know you're lying. Borth,
Yes, sir.
first thing, find the records of the fascist party.
But Mr. Usher ought to be able to help us out on a simple little matter like that. Can I take him along?
Go ahead.
Come on, sonny boy, you and me got business in other places.
Buongiorno, americano. Benvenuto. Viva gli inglesi! Viva gli americani! Viva l'America e gli inglesi!
Boss, you put up with the flag. War is finished in Adano, eh?
Yes, who are you?
I am from Cleveland, Ohio. You got a work for me?
What's your name?
Rabaldo. Giuseppe. In Cleveland, they call me Joe.
What can you do?
I am a good American. I hate this fascist. I can do a good job for you, boss.
You're such a good American. Why'd you leave the States?
I am a kick-out.
Why?
I have no passport.
How did you ever get in the States then?
Oh, I got a plenty of friends in Cleveland, Buffalo.
Ever been in jail?
Sure, Mike, in jail plenty times.
Okay, I can use an honest man.
Sure, boss. I take care of you plenty ways.
But don't expect any favors.
Sure, boss. Not to worry, not to worry.
Tell me, what does this town need most?
Oh, food, boss. Food is a very bad in Adano. Everybody's scared. Bake or no bake, nobody want to sell a pasta. Water no come in a cart. I open up, boss. Telegram.
Signore, my name is Cacopardo. I wish to give you the advice.
I am a craxy. I have a telegram.
Advice?
Telegram. I throw him out, boss.
Mr. the Major, I wish to advise you to be very careful. In Adano, there are many men who were condemned to the electrical chair in Brooklyn for New York.
I am anti-fascista. I have a telegram. You deliver.
Wait a minute, this is not a telegraph office. You say you've come to advise me. All right, tell me this. What does this town need the most right now?
Oh, to eat!
More than anything, it needs the bell.
No, you crazy. More than anything, to eat is necessary.
The town needs its bell back.
Where's the mangiare?
Stop it! Who are these lunatics?
The old one is Cacopardo. He's got a lots of money. The fat one is Craxy. He's got a lots of nerve. I throw him out the box.
To eat is the mangiare.
Listen! Is there anybody in this town who can talk sense?
I don't know, boss. Only live here 3 years.
You got a priest in this town.
Sure, boss. Plenty priest. Which one?
Which is the best?
Father Pensabaco is the best of all.
That's right, boss.
Go get him for me.
Sure, boss.
This Giuseppe fellow to be trusted?
I only mentioned the electrical chair. I'm not the one to name the names.
I want a straight answer.
Giuseppe is a harmless one.
Major, I got a record here on every bird in town. Who are these guys?
I am Craxy. I believe in food for the moment.
The bell.
The food is the first thing.
If the bell had been here to warn us of the invasion, we would have been in the streets with flowers to greet you.
I don't need a bell to tell me I'm hungry. I got a ring in my ears.
The people had no way of knowing.
But my children knew.
Aspetta! Zito!
Yes, sir.
Which do you consider more important, food or the bell?
The bell.
Why, Zito?
The tone of the bell was so satisfactory. It soothed all the people of the town. It chided those who were angry. It cheered the unhappy ones. It even laughed with those of us who were drunk. It had a tone for everybody, Mr. Major.
Come in.
Hey, boss, he's Father Pensavecchio from San Angelo's church. This is my good friend, Major Giopolo, U.S. Army.
How do you do, Father? You two wait outside. I want to talk to the father.
Telegram.
Leave it here.
Thank you, Mr. Major, and I kiss your hand.
This is Sergeant Bort.
Hi, Father.
Father, I wanted to talk to somebody around here who can make a little sense. Sit down, please. I ask how we can put this town back on its feet, and all I get is a lot of jabbering about a bell.
Oh, yes, the bell.
You too?
It is perhaps difficult for an American to understand, but this bell was the center of our town. All our life revolved around it. The farmers in the country were awakened by it in the morning. The drivers of carts knew when to start by it. The bakers baked by it. And the Sabbath When all the bells rang at once, this bell rose above all the others and was the one we listened to.
I understand. Very well, I'll think about it, see what I can do. But first, I want the people to know that we Americans want to bring only good to this town.
Good to Adano. That would be a novelty indeed.
But we can do that only if the people here are willing to cooperate, meet us halfway.
The people of Adano have spent 20 years learning to cooperate with their conquerors. What is it the Major wishes them to do?
I'm going to have certain proclamations posted around town this afternoon, which I want the people to read and follow.
And you would like for me to...
To call these proclamations to their attention. And if possible, say a few words about the Americans, how we'd like to be friendly and so forth, during Mass Sunday.
That is quite possible, upon one condition.
What's that?
That the Major himself comes to San Angelo for Mass.
Me?
What I have to say would be better said in your presence. Besides, there will be much curiosity about the American Major.
Okay, Father. What time?
7 o'clock.
It's a date. Thank you for coming.
You're doing okay, boss. Only thing we got to do now is fix food.
See? These conquerors are all alike. He had no intention of coming.
Go, have Zapula ring the church bell.
Ring the bell?
Yes, as loudly as possible.
But the people, since the war, we're not allowed to ring the bell.
At least we'll know if things are going to be different in Adano. Go, hurry, hurry.
And we've got to set up a local government. Mayor, police chief, health officials. What's the matter with you?
The bell! San Angelo, the bell! San Angelo!
San Angelo? Hey, what time is it?
20 after 7.
Zito, Giuseppe, come on, show me the way.
Don't tell me he's going to regulate their prayers, too.
Boss, scram in here.
I have a word to say to all of you on this occasion. My children, everything that is done in this world is done by God. God gave us wheat. God gave us the sun. And after all our prayers, he sent us our liberators, too. But as you know, no matter who you have as your authorities, you must obey the law. If a child does something wrong, he's punished by his father. If you do something wrong, you'll be punished by your new governors. If your new governors do something wrong, no doubt they'll be punished by God. I have talked to the American Major here, and he tells me the Americans want to bring only good to this town. He has promised to do everything he can to bring us food and water. He has even promised to see what he can do about getting us another bell for our city hall.
The food.
The Americans are free men. Let us hope they love their freedom so much that they will want to share it with their friends who would also like a little of it. Let us say to ourselves that this man is a good man, and that because of him, the Americans will be our friends. You, my children, will prove your sincerity by reading the proclamations which your new governors have posted and by obeying them, exactly as they are written. The Americans will prove theirs by seeing that those proclamations are just and that their promises are fulfilled.
Sit down. Subject. Bell belonging to town of Adano. To Lieutenant Colonel R.N. Sartorius. Supply officer. Etc., etc. Got that?
Yes, sir.
Giuseppe, do you have natural blondes in this part of the country?
Oh, you got a pair of eyes after all, huh? You see that blonde in the church last Sunday next to me, huh?
Answer my question.
Okay, boss. Blonde is a natural north. Down here, not so natural, boss.
Request you initiate...
Boss.
Yes?
The boss is a lonely. Giuseppe can fix him a good date.
Who said I was lonely?
Oh, I've been in Cleveland, Ohio. I know what it's like to be a long way from home. A fella gets so lonely.
I've got no time to be lonely. Initiating investigation of records of provincial government of Vichinamari. See if you can find trace. What's her name?
Her name is Adina. She's a daughter of Tommasino. He's a fisherman.
Fisherman? Is he a good fisherman?
Best one, boss. Head man.
Go bring him up here. I want to see him.
Sure, boss. I fix up a nice time with the blonde for you.
Wait a minute. I didn't say anything about a nice time with anybody.
Oh, no kidding, Giuseppe, boss.
Listen, you idiot. All I said was I wanted to see your father. I want to start the fishermen out again so this town will have something to eat besides pasta and tomatoes, you understand?
Sure, boss.
Get out of here.
Yes, boss.
Now, where were we?
We were talking about a couple of bells, Major. One of them blonde. What's going on, Major?
Like the bread right at that bakery. What's this all about?
This woman questioned my authority.
He tried to take my place ahead of blind. He took the first load.
That's a privilege the officials of this town have always enjoyed.
Give me my bread.
Break it up! Listen to me, Gargano. The men of the government are not the masters of the people. They are the servants of the people. Just as I myself am a servant of the people. When I go to buy bread, I take my place at the end of the line. I wait my turn. You are the chief of the Carabinieri. As long as you behave yourself, you'll stay chief. But if I catch you or any other official I've appointed not giving service to the people of Adano, I'll kick you out of office so quick. Now give that bread to this woman. Go on, give it to her. Go take your place at the end of the line. I said all the way to the end of the line, Gargano.
Mr. Major.
Yes?
I thank you. And I kiss your hand.
You what?
She meant no offense, Mr. Major. It is the whole custom here. Once the authorities made us kiss their hands. Later, when the kissing became too much of a bother, it was necessary merely to mention the kissing.
Boss. You say you want to go out with the blonde Tina? Sorry, boss. No go.
Shut up. I never said any such thing.
Boss, you said you want to see Tino old man.
I did. Where is he?
Tino old man, Tommasino, he say he never been Palazzo in Città in life. He hate a fascistic crook. He don't know you're different. No, come.
Okay, that's easy. We'll go see him. Where is he?
In the boat.
Come on, show me the way.
Che cosa succede a Tommasino? Andiamo a vedere cosa succede. Andiamo, venite. Ehi, dove andate? Ritornate! Perché andate via? Ma il pane è pronto qui!
Ma che è successo? Dove vanno tutti insieme? Sta cantando. The Mr. Major is going to see Tommasino.
The man that goes down to Muhammad!
Where do these people think they're going?
Oh, just a bunch of busybodies.
Haven't you people anything better to do? Go on about your business. Giuseppe?
Yes, boss.
You want to lose your job?
Oh, no, boss.
Unless you keep those people back, you won't have any more job than a jackrabbit.
Stop! You are ordered to stop.
By whom?
Please,
By the
stop.
man from the electrical chair in Brooklyn.
No, please, stop! Stop! If you don't stop, I lose my job. Please.
The unemployment of one man.
Please, stop. Stop, please. Stop. If you don't stop, Mr. Major will be angry. Now, if you don't go no further, I'll go listen, tell you what he said.
Very well. Go and listen, Mr. Electrical Chair.
Go, my friend,
go. All right, men of authority, arrest me.
I haven't come to arrest you, Tomasino.
Then why you wear your pistol? You came to shoot me? Go ahead, shoot.
I'm the American administrator for Adano. I want to talk to you about fishing.
All men of authority are alike. You came to arrest me.
Tomasino, I beg you to believe me.
It's amazing. The Mr. Major say, Tomasino, I beg you to believe me.
The Mr. Major say...
Mr. Major,
Ma è possibile?
Sì, no. Shh, aspettate. I go listen again.
I simply want you and the other boatmen to start fishing again.
Why? So we can line the pockets of the authorities?
No. So you can line the stomachs of the people of Adano.
It's wonderful. The Mr. Major say people of Adano are hungry. They must have a fish.
And why you hire these people to come and jeer at me? No, I will not go fishing.
Giuseppe!
Yes, boss?
Make those people go away. They're ruining everything.
I can't do nothing, boss.
Do you people want fish?
Yes!
Then you must go away. It's not easy to persuade Tomasino. You'll have to choose between watching me and having fish.
Boss, they say eating a fish is a future. Watching you is a now. Then watch.
As a friend, I advise you people to go home.
I knew it was a trick. You are going to shoot me.
Oh, stop this nonsense and get down to business.
All right, men of authority. How much will the tribute be?
There will be no tribute to anyone. Can't you get that through your thick skull?
No tribute? No special tax? You're making fun of me.
Listen, old man, it's my job to run this town. Keeping people alive is part of that job.
It's too good. I don't believe it.
We'll have to see the captain of the Navy who runs this port to get his permission. Come on.
It's a trick. I still say go on and shoot me.
Good morning, Captain.
Good morning.
Oh, this is Tomasino, head of the fishermen.
Would you ask him if he'd mind waiting outside?
He wouldn't mind, but I would.
I don't know how you run your office, Major, but in the Navy we have such a thing as security.
All I want is your permission to send out a half a dozen boats to get fish for this town.
That involves complications.
What's complicated about it?
We'd have to get permission from Comnavit. He'd have to refer it to Comnav Nor. That would involve considerable delay.
What's all the gibberish mean?
Commander Naval Forces Italy and Commander Naval Forces North African Waters. Is that gibberish, Major?
Look, Captain, why do you have to go running to admirals? Don't you have any authority at all?
What about patrol boats? Might fire on them by mistake or they might hit a mine.
So what? This is a war.
Yes, it is.
This town is hungry. It needs fish. If it doesn't get something to supplement its diet, people are going to die. Now, you're going to let these men go fishing or not?
I think I see your point, Major. I'll see what we can work out for you.
That's the spirit, Captain. I knew you'd be for it. Come on, Tomasino.
Mr. Major, you don't know how unhappy the fishermen of Adano have been. All we want in the world is to go fishing again. I thank you, Mr. Major, and I kiss your hand.
That's okay, Tomasino. I thank you for doing this for me, and I kiss your hand.
You are different. We are going fishing! We are going fishing!
Boss, you see the blonde watching you?
I've got eyes.
What is this, a lynching?
Come on.
Get back, everybody! My friends, the Americans, thank God you're here!
Mr. Major, you helped that man. You're not our friend. Go on, you people. This man is under arrest. Arrest him, Sergeant. Show them you arrest him on.
Thank you. Thank you for saving me from those ungrateful people whom I served all my life. Thank you, thank you.
Who is this squirt, anyhow?
My name is Nasta. I am the mayor. I have been serving these people for years, and look how they repay me.
Oh, so that's who you are. No wonder they hate you.
Maybe we ought to throw him back, huh?
No. I am all alone. I've been in the hills for days. It was awful at night. I thought everything over. I want to help you if I can. What are you going to do with me? If you're going to kill me, tell me first. Don't shoot me from behind.
How many years were you in office?
9.
Mm-hmm. So after 9 years, you thought it over, have you? After 9 years of graft and stealing and keeping these people down, you want to help, do you?
You have other fascists in office. I saw Gargano, I saw Zito. If you can use them, why not me?
Because I have a new mayor and a better one.
Who is this man?
An honest man, Caco Pardo.
I would accept something less than mayor.
Oh, you would you? What's his record?
#1 chiseler. Never killed anybody, just stole.
Mm-hmm. All right, I have something for you to do. You're to report every morning to Sergeant Boyd, right out there on the steps of the city hall where everybody can see you.
Oh, please don't make me do that. Don't make me a common probationer. Be generous with me.
Generous? In the name of... With your record, you ought to be shot outright without even a trial. Bring him outside. Let him start repenting right now.
Come on, your worship.
Beat it!
Friends, Romans, and countrymen, I didn't come out here to praise this squirt. Neither am I going to let you bury him. Yet. He's got a few words to say to you first. Now, Mr. Mayor, I understand you've come back to Adano to repent your sins. Is that correct?
I was to report to you, not to be humiliated, Sergeant.
Mr. Sergeant to you, and answer my question civilly. Now tell me, did you or did you not make a beautiful speech to the Carabinieri about fighting for the last man, and then you yourself run off to the hills? Answer me, probationer.
I did, Sergeant.
Mr. Sergeant.
Mr. Sergeant.
All right, now you can go. But just to give you something to think about, tomorrow we will discuss the sin of your having such a big house in this poor town. And the next day, the sin of your being a grafter. And the next day, the sin of taking your cut from the fish market and the bakeries and the vegetable market. And the next day, the sin of your stealing 25% of the town's tax money. Now beat it and be back here in the morning if you want to go on living. You know, Major, this might not be a bad idea to use back home sometimes. Now, I know a couple of mayors.
Blow your horn again, Sergeant. What is it, Middleton?
A balking mule, sir.
They're having trouble with them, sir. They can't get them off the bridge. Well, Sartorius, is this the way you get your supplies through?
No, sir.
Do something. We can't have this detachment held up all day.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
Tieni, che puzzolente ma...
E sta bene che vi venga sentito!
Vede, mossa, non...
Non ride che l'armaletto è scaricato!
Sì, è stupida che mi combini là! Ma io credevo che c'avevo un asino cenotto! Stupid one, please, move! The American army! The American army has to go by! Violetta, please, do for me. Do it for me. Do it.
Sergeant!
Yes, sir.
Don't stand there like that. Get this mule off the road.
Yes, sir. You heard what the general said. Now move, get him off.
Che non mi tocchi il mulo! Il mulo è come un fratello mio qua! L'ho portato quando era bambino, l'ho cresciuto! Se mi tocca il mulo, è povero, lei sa!
Sergeant! Don't argue! Get that mule off the road!
Yes, sir. Come on, mule. Come on. Come on, mule, move!
Avanti, portalo tu che ce n'hai in testa davanti! Come on, mule!
Everybody get home. Let's get this thing out.
Oh, I see. Then the bell's probably just a hunk of cannon now. Well, thank you anyhow, sir. Thanks for going to all that trouble. You bet. Goodbye, Lieutenant. Well, we found a record of your bell, all right. That was Corps headquarters at Vicinamari. Your bell went to the Feccarat Artillery Foundry at Milano.
Boss.
What? Where?
Outside.
Keep your seats. You wanted to see me?
The fishermen sent me. They wish me to thank you for making it possible for them to go fishing again.
That's all right. I'm very glad I was able to arrange it.
And also, if you had anything to do with putting so many fishes in their nets, to thank you for that, too.
I'm afraid I can't take very much credit for that.
Oh, yes. My father also wished me to invite you to come to our house.
Your house?
To eat some torrone, which I myself shall have fixed.
What time does he wish me to come?
He says, you are the man of authority. You decide the time.
8:30, okay?
The address is 9 Vicolo Emanuele. Mr. Major.
Yes?
What is going to happen to our Italian prisoners of war?
I don't know.
Do you have a list of their names?
Are you interested in one particular soldier?
Many men from Adano are missing.
I haven't any information yet, but if you wish, I'll see what I can find out.
Thank you, Mr. Major.
I was just thinking. Maybe I could get you another bell. A Liberty Bell.
Liberty Bell? What is this Liberty Bell?
Well, it hangs in a tower in Philadelphia. It's made of bronze, I think. Has a large crack near the bottom.
Oh, the people of Adano would not like a liberty with a crack in it.
Perhaps the Mr. Major could get a Liberty Bell for us without a crack.
Without a crack, it wouldn't be the Liberty Bell.
Then that's out, boss. I open up, boss.
Major Choplow?
Yes, sir.
Major! Sir, did you hear what happened down on the bridge?
Yes, Sergeant, just got it. I promised when I asked you people to help me run this place that I'd tell you every important thing the American authorities decided to do in Adano. I just received this order. Effective immediately and until further orders, the main road through Adano will be kept open at all times. All civilian vehicles and carts will use side roads only. By command of Major General McKay, W.W. Middleton, Colonel, Provost Marshal.
But if perhaps maybe the Mr. Major would explain that there are no side roads into Adano.
And the water, Mr. Major. There are no wells in Adano. How can we get water to drink if the cars will not bring in it?
And the food, Mr. the Major. The farms are beyond the bridge, and we will starve if the carts do not come into Adano.
There's nothing I can do about it. This is a military necessity. That's all. Captain Purvis, rowboat blue forward.
You see that bunch of screwballs outside?
Yes.
You don't want to be too easy on them. They won't know what to make of it. They're used to being told what to do by guys on balconies. That's what balconies are for.
I didn't come here for that.
Oh, relax. Relax. It's not your funeral if their cars can't come into town. Hey, those spaghetti pushers will stand around for a couple of months if you don't go out and talk to them. Oh, if you need any help, Major, sing up.
What is it you people want to say? Well, speak up. You. What's your name?
Authority, Mr. Major.
I'm not deaf. You don't have to yell.
I desire to raise the question of the carts coming into Adano, Mr. Major. I desire to tell you that these carts are most dear to us. I desire to tell you about my cart. It has 2 wheels.
I know it's a cart. It's not necessary to describe it.
But have you ever heard the music which is made by the wheels, Mr. Major? You may think it's squeaking, this music, but I can hear what the 2 wheels are trying to sing.
I'm not interested in music. Come to the point.
One day last summer, I drive my cart all the way to Vichinamari, and all the way the wheels sang a song, which was also a prophecy. Do you wish to hear this song, Mr. Major?
I do not know.
The Americans are coming here, Senor Affronti. The Americans are very brave men, especially with regard to carts. The music has stopped. There is no more music. Thank you, Mr. Major.
Let's take him home with us. That guy's another Sinatra.
You. What's your name?
Basile. Giovanni, Mr. Major. The worst thing of all about the carts is the food. How can I put to my fat horse, whose name is General Eisenhower, in honor of our great deliverer, between the shafts, and put to my fat self on the seat, and drive on my cart around with the pictures of fat and the holy people? And the people of Adano are hungry, Mr. Major.
You. Your name?
Erba. Carlo, Mr. Major.
Go on, Erba. Tell the Mr. Major about your water cart.
My cart is big. Outside is dirty, but inside is clean. It holds water. My friends drink the water.
Go on, go on.
The thirst, the great thirst, Erba.
You will not let my cart come into Adano, Mr. Major. There is no water in Adano without my cart and the other carts. There is a thirst in Adano, Mr. Major. Since yesterday morning, 12 o'clock, is a very great thirst. Is all because of no carts. The proclamation says everything must be clean. And the people must be clean with water. Even the streets must be clean. My cart is on the other side of the bridge, Mr. Major.
Let those carts through.
Are you nuts? General McKay issued that order himself.
I'm changing it.
What?
Man, you can't do that in the Army.
We've just done it.
Whoa. Wait a minute. Don't hand me any of that we stuff. You're not going to mix me up in this.
I order you to let those carts through. Beginning right now. If any question comes up about it, I'll take full responsibility.
Okay, brother. It's your neck.
Sir, I think maybe the Major's right.
Right. Listen, he'll be lucky if he doesn't get shot going around countermanding orders, especially from generals. Okay, I'll let him through. Make out a report to Colonel Middleton, Provost Marshal. Tell him exactly what happened. That General McKay ordered us to keep those carts out, and Jopolo countermanded the order.
Yes.
I am not going to burn for anybody.
Herman and the people come to take water from your cart. Tell them, thank to Mr. Major, my friend.
I just hate to see a swell guy like the Major get in all that trouble when he's only trying to do what's right.
Yeah, me too. I could add another paragraph saying that the Major did it because the carts are necessary and the town was in bad shape without same. That might make it okay for the Major.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Put that in just exactly the way you said. There's one more thing you could do.
What's that?
Well, you know how the captain hates to go through his reports. Look at his desk in there. Some of that stuff's been laying there since we got here. Why don't you, sort of let this report accidentally get lost in that pile of papers on his desk?
Oh, not me. I couldn't do a thing like that. Besides, I'm busy. I got a headache of my own this morning. Good evening.
Come in.
Thank you.
Hiya, Major. Giuseppe told me the old boy had a couple of pert skirts and that he'd fix it up. Good old Giuseppe.
Good evening, boss.
Good evening.
I haven't seen the date made yet, but Giuseppe says I would like the dark one best.
I say with the blonde for you, boss. Sit down.
I didn't know you were an old hand around here, Major. Why don't you let a fellow in on these things?
This is my first time here.
Mr. Major, I'm so pleased to see you.
Thank you.
Sit down. And now, you're going to get a piece of my macaron. I made it myself, and it's delicious.
Thank you.
Grazie. A little piece for you, too.
What about bringing out the cuddle cookies, Sad Sack?
Cuddly cookies? Pina, Francesca, come here, you cuddly cookies. Tomasino, go get some vino.
How's the stuff, vino? Hooray for vino!
Hello.
Not bad.
What's ticking, chicken?
Take it easy, will you?
Now, what's wrong with that? Why beat around the bush? Get to the point, I say. Huh, Rosa?
Francesca, un pezzettino per te. E uno per la mamma.
What did we walk into here? A glue factory?
You like music?
Yes, of course.
Dance? Cheer music. Vieni ragazzi, vogliono ballare. Venite a portarvi.
Oh, now we somewhere.
Some fresh air, Mr. Major.
It's a good idea.
Major? Pretty fast worker, huh?
Where are you from? In America, I mean.
Bronx.
Where is that? The Bronx?
New York City.
The Bronx, it is part of New York City?
Oh, no. New York City is part of the Bronx.
Oh. I should love to go there. Is the Bronx beautiful?
For my parents, I think it's beautiful. They came from a little town over here, up near Florence. In Italy, they were very poor. Of course, you know, it's not very beautiful to be poor anywhere. In America, my father has a good job. He's a waiter at the university club. My mother has a washing machine. They have an automobile, enough to eat. Yes, for them, I think it's very beautiful. For me, maybe not always so beautiful.
Why not?
Well, it's hard to explain. You see, I grew up there. I could see the Bronx wasn't the most beautiful place in America. I always wanted a little more than we had.
You do not need to explain. I know what it is to be restless. That's why my hair is blonde. Oh, no. My hair, it is not natural. I dyed it because I was not satisfied. My dark hair was my Bronx. Everyone here had dark hair. I wanted something different.
It's very pretty that way.
Tell me some more about yourself.
Well, there's not much to tell. I went to school until I was 16, got a job as a truck driver until I was 20. After that, I worked for New York City in the tax department.
How much did they pay you?
I was making $20 a week when I lost my job.
How much is that?
About 2,000 lira.
2,000 lira a week? You must have been rich. My father used to think 600 a month was very good.
Not in the States. You see, our way of living is different from yours.
What does that mean?
Well, it's just that everybody has a little more than they have here. Automobiles, washing machines, things like that. Of course, you have to pay more for what you get.
In other words, it's just like I said. In the Bronx, everyone is rich.
Okay, have it your way. Maybe you're right.
Why, did you lose your job?
There was a change of administration. The mayor I worked for got voted out of office, and I went out with him.
What did you do then?
Oh, borrowed some money from my mother-in-law.
Your mother-in-law? You were married?
Yes, I'll tell you about that sometime. Anyhow, I borrowed this money from my mother-in-law and bought a grocery store in the Bronx. For a while, it went all right. Then not so good, so I had to close up. Finally, I got another job with the city. When I left to go into the army, I was getting $42 a week. That's 4,200 lira.
Your wife. Is she pretty?
Yes, very pretty. She has dark skin, like yours. Some ways you remind me of her.
Let us go in and dance.
What is it, Ham?
It's for Colonel Sartorius, sir. From that major in Adano, sir.
Oh? Well, what does he want now?
A bell, sir.
A bell?
Yes, sir.
What kind of a bell?
One that will improve the morale of the people, sir, and ensure the continued good behavior of the town.
Oh, is that so?
Yes, sir.
Well, does he think all Colonel Sartorius has to do is root around trying to find him a bell? Give me that.
Can I help you, sir?
Yeah, see if you can get that nail out of that shoe. I was just going to ring that outfit anyhow.
The last time, sir, it was divers.
Operator, get me AMG headquarters at Adano and hurry it through. You must think we've got nothing to do but worry about that jerkwater town.
Sergeant Forth! Why doesn't Forth answer that phone?
Sergeant Forth stepped out for a moment, sir. Major Joplo's
All right. I'll get him myself. Major Joplo's office, Captain.
Javalo, this is Colonel Middleton speaking. Colonel Sartorius doesn't happen to be in the office now, but I can tell you right now he's getting fed up with these crazy requests of yours. There's a war going on, you know.
Colonel, sir, Major Joplo's...
What do we care if Mussolini did take a bell out of there? You stop trying to coddle those people.
Yes, sir, but I didn't...
I'd advise you to stick to regulations. Now, let me talk to the MP, Captain.
Hello, this is Captain Purvis speaking.
Captain, you get your reports in here on time or I'll clean the whole bunch of you out of there. Do you understand?
You get that nail out of there, Ham?
Yes, sir, Colonel.
Well, thank you, Ham.
Hello? Hello? That was Colonel Middleton, Provost Marshal. What's he talking about, a bell? What bell?
Major Joplo put in a request for a bell for the city hall, sir.
Well, Middleton wants to murder somebody. Yelling his head off about getting reports in on time, too. You remember that, Trapani. We want to keep this desk clean.
Yes, sir.
Wait a minute, what's this? Subject Mule Cards, Town of Adano, to Colonel W.W. Middle. Sergeant Trapani?
Yes, sir?
What's this mule card report still doing on my desk?
Well, you told me to make out a report, sir. Remember?
Remember, I'll say I remember. Why didn't you send it?
I put it in the outgoing basket for your approval, sir.
Well, get it out of here. Put it in the pouch for Colonel Middleton right now, you understand?
Yes, sir.
You want to watch yourself around here, Trapani, or you're going to get in trouble.
Yes, sir.
What's eating him?
That mule cart report that was going to get accidentally lost at the bottom of the pile. Remember?
Oh, that, yeah. What are you going to do with it?
I'm going to get it out of here right now.
I'll help you.
You've already helped me.
No, but if we put rush on this thing, it'll go just twice as fast. R-U-S-H. There. Well, at least we did all we could to help the Major. Can't hang a man for trying. Or can they?
Oh, dear, oh, dear. I don't see how we're ever going to win this war.
What's itching your pants now?
Such inefficiency. Look here. This is addressed to Colonel Middleton, Provost Marshal, Corps Headquarters, and from Adano, not 10 miles away. And they sent it all the way over here to Algiers.
Isn't that just terrible?
Oh, dear. Well, what'll I do with it?
For all I care, you can throw it in the dead letterbox. That's what I always do with them.
You wouldn't do that.
What's one more little piece of paper in this war?
I know what I'll do. I'll just send it back where it came from. Maybe that'll teach them a lesson. But I don't see how we're ever going to win this war.
Well, Major, what do you have?
What have you got?
Oh, scotch, a little bourbon, a couple bottles of gin, cognac, vermouth.
What's everybody else drinking?
Oh, different things. How about some scotch?
All right. That's what you've got the most of. Hey, this is a pretty nice club you've got here.
Oh, it's just a little place for officers to drop into.
Oh, thank you. You Navy fellas certainly do get yourselves fixed up nice.
Well, we figure it doesn't hurt anyone to live comfortably.
Yes, sir, and the way you handle that fishing business for me, when it comes to getting things done, my hat's certainly off to the Navy.
That sounds okay coming from the Army. Sit down, Major.
Thank you. The Navy's about the only bunch that can get any action. Fact is, I don't know what I'd have done without this fella here.
I didn't do anything, really.
Oh, don't hand me that stuff. Every time I try to get anything out of the Army, they tell me to put it in writing. And Livingston here...
Say, that reminds me. On the phone this morning, you told me you had something on your mind.
I have.
You want to go over to my office?
Oh, it's nothing hush-hush. Just about a bell that I'm trying to get for this town.
A bell?
Well, not just any bell. It'll have to mean something. You know, a sort of a tradition.
You mean tradition like respect for authority, devotion to duty? You know, in the Navy, like never to use the word impossible.
I figured you Navy guys kind of understand about tradition better than most people. I tried to get one from the Army. Something pretty special for this town. To take the place of one that was 700 years old. But you know how the Army is. They thought I was nuts.
Yeah, I guess they just don't understand things like that. Let me see. I think I can get you just the bell you want, Major.
Well, if you can, brother, I'm sure going to switch over to the Navy.
There's a ship, a destroyer, named after an Italian-American. Say, there's a tie-in for you. The USS Corelli, do you know her, fellas?
Yes.
Well, all destroyers have bells, Major.
You know, to tell the time of day.
I don't know about you fellas, but I think the sound I love better than anything in the world is the sound of the bell aboard the Stevens. Somehow she means the whole ship to me.
Do you think you could get the Corelli to give up its bell?
Well, for a thing like this, if it were put the right way, I believe I could. As a matter of fact, Toot Dowling was in my class at the academy. He subbed for me in football. He's the skipper.
You just leave it to Commander Robertson here.
Say, I didn't expect action like this. I don't know how to thank you guys.
That's not chaos, man. That is turning out the way you expected it to.
Excuse me. What is it, Sergeant?
Sir, you told me to report to you when the supply trucks arrive. They're here, sir.
Be right with you. Sorry, I've got to run, fellas. See you later, and thanks a million.
Come in again, Major. You're welcome anytime.
Thank you, I will.
Listen, if that meatball already thinks the Navy's sufficient, he's going to get the surprise of his life. I'll have that bell for him in a week.
You really think you can get it, Commander?
What? From Toot Dowling? It's a pushover.
Always I'll remember how you used to wait every summer evening close by the barrack gate. Each night neath the light I knew so well was there I fell beneath your spell, my lady of the lamplight, my sweet Lily Marley. Little did it matter if the moon was there, for the lamp was gleaming upon your golden hair, while I in the soft romantic light would hold you by the livelong night, my lady of the lamplight, my sweet
Oh, hello, Major.
Oh, going out?
Yeah, I got a little project on. Guys got to do something in this burg. You're going nuts. Want to come along? We ought to be able to find a gal for you somewhere.
No, thanks. I thought maybe if you weren't doing anything, we might have dinner together.
I can't guarantee she'll be blonde, but in the blackout, you wouldn't know the difference anyhow.
Some other time, maybe.
Okay.
have gone to bed.
That does not matter. Come in.
Thank you.
Dan? Why did you come?
I don't know. I was...
Lonely?
Perhaps.
Mr. Major?
Yes.
How long will the war last? In Italy, I mean.
I wish I knew. Let's not talk about the war. It's all I hear all day long. War, war, war.
But I have a very special reason for wanting to know. Will our prisoners come home when it is finished?
Some of them are free to come home now. Why? Have you a sweetheart who's been captured?
I don't know whether Giorgio's been captured or killed or what.
Giorgio?
We're going to be married.
What do you want me to do about it?
Find out if he is a prisoner.
You mean go through all of our prison camps, asking every man I meet if he's the sweetheart of Tina in Adano?
You must have some lists, Mr. Major.
It's none of my business. I'm a civil affairs officer. Is that why you were so friendly? Why you invited me to your house? So I could track down your sweetheart for you?
Wait. You know what it means to be lonely. You have a wife. Does she write to you? Do you get letters?
What's that got to do with it?
Giorgio used to write to me, too, every day. Until the Americans came to Africa. Do you know what it means not to hear, Mr. Major? Not to know.
Yes. I know.
You love your wife. Why do you not talk to me about her? I will understand. I have watched your face, Mr. Major. Sometimes you grow sad. Is it when you are thinking about her? Is it because my skin is dark, like hers?
Sometimes, just seeing you. Sometimes, in the night.
You're only doing what most men do when they are lonely. You are a long way from home. You think of someone you love back there, and you miss her terribly. Then you think of someone here. Of me, perhaps, who reminds you of her. You try not to, but you cannot help it.
How do you know so much?
Because sometimes a woman's loneliness is just like a man's loneliness. signora Bianchi l'ha detta. Stanno arrivando per i soldati. Sono dall'altra parte della piazza. Didn't come back.
I'm sorry.
Did he ask for me, Nicola?
I'd better begin at the beginning. What happened to Giorgio was a very complicated thing. They say you stop living for a moment when you sneeze. Well, when a shell goes off near you, you have the same kind of feeling. When you come out of it, you know you've been dead for a moment. You can't go on dying like that many times a day, day after day, and be the same. Giorgio used to argue with us about it. He said we had to go on fighting. He talked about our honor. I used to admire him for it, though I always argued with him. I thought we ought to give ourselves up, but Giorgio said we had to get back to Sicily so we could keep on fighting. Most of the troops were faking resistance and surrendering. But he talked about what the British had done after Dunkirk, and how Italy was going to need all the decent men it had now more than ever. One night, someone was arguing with him and said fascism is evil, so why should we fight for it? And Giorgio said, yes, fascism is evil. Why haven't you been fighting it for 21 years?
Was Giorgio a fascist?
No, he was never a fascist.
That's the funny part of it. He was in jail here in Adano a lot for being against the fascists. And yet in 1940, when Mussolini put us in the war, he was one of the first to go. Our troops fought badly on the coast, as you know. It was the night of the 14th of July. Word got around that the Americans were going to hit us the next morning. As soon as the news spread about the attack, most of the troops went crazy. A bunch of them went to a villa and broke into the cellar and brought out a lot of wine. They began drinking because they said they were going to be captured in the morning. The war was over for them, so why shouldn't they have a good time? About 20 of them got drunk and they began throwing bottles against the wall of the house. Giorgio got furious and said he was going to stop them. I tried to tell him not to because the men were too drunk to listen to reason. I told you it wasn't going to be nice, Tina.
Go on.
So we ran over to the place where they were throwing the bottles. They lit a fire, which was against orders. Giorgio stood up beside it where they could see him. And he shouted. They were crazy with fear and drunk, and they wouldn't listen. One of them would get up and shout something against Mussolini. And then he'd throw his bottle as if he were throwing it at Mussolini. Another would get up and shout something against Hitler. And then he'd throw his bottle. Giorgio shouted too. But they either didn't listen or wouldn't hear him. So we ran over to the wall where they were throwing the bottles and shouted, "Stop! Stop! You are traitors!"
Don't listen anymore, Tina.
Go ahead. I want to hear it all.
For a minute they stopped throwing. Then one of them said, "Isn't that Benito Mussolini himself standing over there?" And they all laughed again. Another one said, "Yes, the war shrunk him." The crazy one shouted, "I hate him, I hate him," and he threw his bottle at Giorgio.
Oh, no, not that way.
The first bottle missed. It broke against the wall, but it cut him. I could see the blood running down his face. He had courage, Tina. You'd be so proud of him. I shouted to him to come away, but he wouldn't. He kept screaming, "We must fight. The only chance for our nation is to go down fighting. The only chance for us as men is to die in battle." The men stepped up and turned now and threw their bottles. They were not laughing anymore. Giorgio had touched some spring of guilt in them, and they wanted to kill him. They were so drunk, I don't see how any of them hit him. The third one did. It caught him in the right shoulder. It didn't knock him down, but it hurt.
It's horrible.
After that, he began to cry out religious things. "Oh, Lamb of God, oh, Sacred Heart of Jesus," things like that. But those drunkards kept on throwing their bottles, and soon he couldn't speak anymore. Then they closed in toward him. Began throwing their bottles closer and closer. Do you want me to stop, Tina?
No, go on. I've got to hear it all now.
He finally fainted. They took their bottles and beat him. They were crazy, sir. Battles and air raids and what they'd had to drink. They were not Italians anymore. They were not even men.
A thing like that might happen in any army if the men were frightened enough.
Thank you, sir. I had a pistol. I couldn't stand it any longer, so I fired a shot in the air. But that didn't stop them. So I went up and hit one on the head with a butt, and he fell down. Another one turned on me with a bottle. I fired another shot and hit the bottle. He started to squeal, and that made the others think I was going to kill them. So they ran off. He was alive. I tried to do what I could for him, but...
Did he speak my name, Niccolo?
Tina, I've been beside many men who have died in this war. But none of them ever mention the names of women. They don't talk that way when they die. They talk about their stomachs. They swear and they pray. They never mention the names of women.
Hey, Mastermind.
Yeah?
How many times should a guy let another guy make a sucker out of him?
Well, if he's smart, there wouldn't even be a first time.
And you're not kidding.
Him here immediately. Saboteur. Murder! Wait a minute!
What's he done?
Mr. Major, I am directing traffic. It is very heavy at this time of day. The trucks, they are coming through. The Americans are leaning out smiling. The children, they are running alongside. They are happy. It is beautiful. Then,
I see him. His cart is across the road. So, see? Here. Now, the trucks are coming. He is sitting there, asleep. I did my best. I hauled myself up here. So, I tried to drag the stupid creature aside. Then, imbecile, he leaps from his cart. He hits me. I hit him back. He hits me. I hit him back. Hit me. Hit him. Hit. I hit him. Saboteur. Then I grab the mule once more. I pull and pull and pull. I kick him. I kick him. I beat him over the head. I pull his ears. No goal. Then the American soldiers came. They seized the animal. They push him aside. Then they go back to their trucks. And Mr. Major, I am left alone with this man, this saboteur, this murderer.
Thank you, Gargano. I think I understand. Well, what have you got to say for yourself?
I am a poor man, Mr. Major. I have a cart. A cart is all I have. My wife died of the malaria. My wife was a very serious woman. For 18 years, she did not laugh.
I knew the woman well. He's right, she did not laugh, but she cooked rabbit well.
What's your wife got to do with it?
There are many things I do not understand, Mr. Major. When I was young, I was handsome. At least that is what my wife, who was able to laugh then, told me.
We are trying the case of a cartman who blocked military traffic. Must we listen to this kind of talk, Mr. Major?
Let him finish.
I do not like him. Even though he can talk 3 times as fast as anybody else, once with the mouth, once with the right hand, once... I do not like him. For several years, I have not liked him.
I'm not interested in your likes and dislikes.
It seems to me there is more laughter in Adano since the invasion, Mr. Major. This is especially true of the children. I was sitting on my cart trying to think what makes them laugh, and I did not notice the American trucks. I noticed another thing, Mr. Major, something I never noticed before. My son of a poor man, is holding the hand of the grandson of a rich one, Cocapardo, and both are laughing. The things that children do are right on the top of the children. It's easy to see. The same things in the older people is lie deep down inside. Therefore, at all time, what you see happening with the children is also happening with the older ones. I mean, the laughing and the holding of the hands. If it was a mistake to be interested in the laughter of the children, then it was a mistake. But I think my wife, if she would have laughed too, Mr. Major, to see such thing in Adano, in spite of the mistake.
I understand what you mean about your wife and the children, Erba. And I'm glad you feel that way about the Americans. But this thing you've done is a very bad thing. The order was to keep the road clear for military traffic. Otherwise, no carts at all could come in here.
He should be beaten.
He's right. One should not make mistakes. Even my wife would see the justice of that.
Perhaps. But in this case, the fine is suspended. Let him go, Gargano. Go home, Erba.
Thank you, Mr. Major. I kiss your hand.
Colonel Middleton speaking. Oh, yes, sir, General McKay. Yes, sir. What's that, sir? Some of our trucks being held up again by carts in Adano, sir. But I sent an order, sir. Yes, sir. Right away, General. Don't worry, sir, I will. Operator. Oh, come on, answer this phone. Get me Major Jopolo, the military administrator of Adano, and hurry it through. What is it, Hen?
It's from Adano, sir.
I hope I never hear the name of that town again. What do you mean they're busy? Well, ring them again. Never mind. Cancel that call. I'll put it in writing. Take a letter.
Yes, sir.
Subject, Civil Affairs Administrator, Town of Adano. Major? There's your bell.
That's wonderful. Swell. Just what I was looking for.
Duke Darling's the man you want to thank, Major. By the way, it wouldn't hurt to drop him a line about it. The USS Corelli, care of Postmaster, New York.
I'll say I'll write him. Any guy that'll give up a bell like that. Off his ship.
Oh, that's not a ship's bell, Major. This is something a great deal bigger and older.
But Commander Robertson said...
I know, but you see, Toot Darling's an old classmate of Rock, sub-foreman football. When the commander put it up to him, well, he just went all out. Said he'd send a bell that he fished out of the water off the African coast. Used to belong to a monastery or something. I don't know, all the facts are on it. In Arabic, I think.
Oh, no kidding. That's wonderful.
That's nothing. Anytime you get in trouble, just come round to the Navy.
Wait for me. I'll be right down.
Mr. Major.
Well, Father, here she is. All we have to figure out is how to get it up there.
Oh, I've made arrangements to take care of that, Major. The Navy doesn't like to leave a job half finished.
Say, you guys think of everything. Believe me, Captain, my hat's off to the Navy every time.
Don't mention it. By the way, Major, there's just one thing. I'm a lieutenant. It takes a long time to get to be a captain in the Navy.
Is that a fact? Well, if you ask me, I ought to be a captain soon.
Boss, what does it say here?
I don't know. It's in Arabic, I think. Maybe Father Pensavecchio can tell us what it means.
The people of Adano don't need to read it. For us, it can mean only love.
Yeah?
For Major Jopolo.
Oh, I'll take it.
What's going on down there, Sergeant?
Got him a bell so they'll know when to eat.
Well, what's the matter with you? You sick? You pale as a sheet.
Major's been relieved.
Relieved?
Yes, sir. He's been ordered to Algiers for reassignment.
Why? What for? The guy's doing a great job here. They can't do that.
He's been kicked out for insubordination, Captain. Countermanding that order about the mule carts.
Oh, gee, I'm sorry. Gosh, I never figured anything like that would happen.
All the people of Adano throwing that big party for him down there tonight. Well, at least he's not going to see this until it's over.
Oh, Marguerite, per nostro Salvatore, don't you see, it does no good to worry. Marguerite, there's nothing left to do. Forget about the past and live your life on you. Margarita loved a soldier, Salvatore was his name. Then he left her broken hearted, now she cries for her love in vain. Margarita lost to Salvatore, don't you see, he does no good to worry. Margarita, there's nothing left to do. Forget about the past and live your life on you. Margarita,
Major. Hello, Lieutenant. May I present Miss Tomasino, Lieutenant Livingston.
Miss Tomasino.
And Miss Tomasino, Lieutenant.
Miss Tomasino?
Senora Tomasino.
Senora?
Of course, you've met Senor Tomasino.
Oh, yes. How do you do, sir?
I'm glad you were able to come to the party. Miss Tomasino here can be your date. She's an excellent dancer.
Oh, gee, that's swell, Major, but... Oh, gosh, nothing like this ever happened before. Looks as if the Navy's falling down on the job after all.
What's wrong?
The bell. The winch we were using to hoist it with wasn't strong enough. I had to send for another. I'm afraid it won't be in place in time to ring tonight.
When will it be up?
By 6 o'clock in the morning if we have to work all night to do it.
All right, Lieutenant, and thanks a million.
Thank you, sir.
Wish you could come with us.
I wish I could too, sir. I hope you're not going to change your mind about the Navy, Major.
No, no.
Here they come.
Signora, signore, Mr. Major, we have something to give you. Will you come with us?
Something to give me? What?
You'll see.
This way, please. Will you excuse me, please?
Signora, piacere di vederla.
Well, what's it about? What's all the mystery?
Behold, it is there, Mr. Major.
So that's why you wanted to take my picture.
I was for many years in sulfur here in Adano. I never make speeches. I do not intend to begin now. But these others, they asked me to tell you, Mr. Major, this picture, it may not be the best picture that ever was painted, although it's very good for Lo Giacomo. But even if it were very bad, we would still give it to you because we wish to show you that, this portrait...
What Cacopardo wishes to say is that while the frame of this portrait is not big enough to cover the field left by its predecessor, the eyes of this picture are honest.
The chin shows a strength.
And in the ear, there is alertness.
In the fix of the hair and wear of the cap, there is neatness, boss.
And you can see in this picture that that man wishes that each person in the town of Adano should be happy. Oh, that is a very big thing in a face.
Thank you. Sergeant!
Get out of here, beat it.
Give me that.
Give me that bottle. You can't boss me around.
Sergeant Borth!
Don't sergeant me. You got no authority to sergeant anybody anymore. Not in Adano.
You're drunk.
You're fired. You understand that? You've been relieved. Can't, get it? You don't mean anything around here anymore. Go on, beat it, let me alone.
Come on, I'll put you to bed.
Take your hands off me.
Sergeant, when did you get this?
It came today while you were out. I didn't want you to see it till after the party.
Major.
Oh, Tina.
I was waiting for you.
I'm sorry.
I wanted to tell you that now I know why I like you.
Why?
Because of what you have done for Adano. That's why everyone here loves you.
And I know why I like you, Tina.
Why?
Because you make me feel as if I were almost important.
You are.
Till I see you again.
Why do you say till I see you again?
Oh, it's nothing. It's just that I want to dance with you.
To sail across the sea. By night on the bounding main was I, no time to sigh, a fond goodbye, my lady of the long life, my sweet Lily Marlene.
I don't want to say goodbye to anyone, Borth. I don't know whether I could.
I'm sorry about last night, sir. My intentions were good. I just wanted you to have a good time at the party.
I know. Whoever takes over here, Borth, try to help him do a good job. Adano needs an understanding man.
Adano needs you, sir.
Well, that's that. Good luck, sir.